What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Right, today we've got a starter kit for you. This has got two pieces. We've got the SKRR-S tank sitting on top. We've got the Luxe Nano device on the bottom. Combined it's called the Luxe Nano kit, and it was kindly sent over from Vaporesso for the purpose of this review. So here it is. I have the blue version, which turns into a red version on the back with just vape written on it. We'll talk about that a bit more later on. Anyway, let's go down to the table, have a good look around the packaging and the menu on this mod, and then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, see you down there in a bit. Down at the table we've got the Luxe Nano with the SKRR-S tank. So I've got the one that looks like this, unfortunately, and we've also got the Vaporesso logo on the bottom. Vaporesso on that side, nothing on this side. It looks like we've got Instagram there, Instagram e-cig, and on this side we have power in your pocket. On the back we got the usual, a little bit about it. We've got specifications and the contents there, the usual warnings, and it does say Luxe Nano kit 3.5 milliliters red. So the box comes off like that. It does come off quite easily, that lid. This is all underneath, but I've just put it away like this. But we do have a little manual here. So there's lots that this board does actually. The menu system has got a lot going on. We also get the tank. It's not actually connected. It's just separate. Here's the mod. It does come with a little sheath on it. Here we got your warranty, I believe. Usual firmware update cable and charging cable here. We've also got a bag with a vape band and lots of O-rings and a little gasket for the tank as well. And also we have a spare coil. You also do get a 3.5 milliliter spare glass section. Now, if you're in the EU, I expect they'll chuck in a 2 milliliter version instead. Right then, let's have a look at this SKR tank first. So I've got the stainless steel version here. On the top we got a 510 drip tip with a couple of O-rings on it. So we've got no O-ring on the top there. So all your 510s with O-rings should fit on here. We've got a nice deep part there, so they should fit in all right. Let's have a look around the top then. We've got Vaporesso. Laser etched, I would have thought. A little bit of knurling around the top here, because we have got top fill, of course. So unscrew it like that. We've got a little gasket in there. Just the one filling port on one side. I would have preferred it if we had two, and also if they were a little bit bigger. It is adequate, but we could have had it a little bit bigger. But just fill your e-liquid through there. This is where your airflow goes. SKRR-S mini tank. Don't dispose in a bin. CE marking. Designed and manufactured by Vaporesso. And something else on the bottom which I can't read. We've got a static 510 peak insulated surrounding it. So obviously I wouldn't advise using this on a hybrid mechanical device. Knurling on the bottom again, we've got adjustable airflow as always, stoppers on both sides, and you can adjust it, and what you adjust on one will be the same on the other side. So usual sub-ohm tank goings on. Here's the glass piece. Now this was extra stiff when I first got it, but there is an O-ring at the top and another one that goes around here, and also another one around here where the core goes on. So we've got a 3.5 milliliter glass section. Like I say, I expect there is an EU version. But the SKRR-S mini tank, the cores that come with it, you get I'm not sure they're exactly the same, these ones, but on the product description it says we've got a QF strip core 0.14. That's the pre-installed. So this is the strip core apparently. So we've got that post thing in the middle, which helps to diffuse the airflow, I presume. It makes it more restrictive. We've got organic cotton that goes around the edges. So to replace the coil, just unscrew that. Get the other one. Here's the spare one. So by my reckonings, this should be the QF mesh coil 0.2 ohms. So let's just have a look. QF meshed. So this is you need to prime up these juice wicking ports here. There you go, 0.2, 50 to 80 watts, best 65 to 75. So yeah, prime it up, make sure it's proper saturated before you put it in. We'll try this cool later on. I've been using this one for the past week or two, and it still tastes good. You can just see there, the cotton's still not too gunked up. This one's 0.15, 50 to 80 watts, best 65 to 75. Right, onto the device then. So we've got 77.7 millimeters in height. We've got 40 this way round, and we've got 26.2 this way round. So your 26mm tank should be okay on here. But bearing in mind, we have got a little bit of a bevel going on. If I can get this camera to focus, just around the edge here. So while we're on the top, let's just have a look at this sprung-loaded 510 connector. So we've got a decent throw on it. It's quite stiff. Had no drama as far as NMITs. I've been using my mouth-to-lung tanks on this for the most part. But on the front, you see we've got a super reflective display. You can see the Logitech there, Vaporesso logo. We've got haptic feedback buttons here, touchscreen buttons. So you've got your up and down and the mode button in the middle. You can't actually touch the screen. That won't do anything, which I keep forgetting. But we've got the USB charging port for firmware updates, and we've got 2 amp charging on this. So a quick look around the rest of it. So we've got a sort of, I thought it was blue at first, but we've got a like multi-colour effect going on. If you look around to the back, we've got Just Vape and this other diamond-y type design. I'm not an avid fan of this, so I would have preferred if it was just all blue, but it is what it is, as they say. We've got the Vaporesso logo down the bottom. So on the bottom, we've got the CAC marking and don't dispose in the bin. We've got the battery venting holes here because we've got the internal 2500 milliamp hour battery, designed by Vaporesso, made in China with a serial number. So that's what it looks like. So let's turn it on. 5 clicks. So we've got a lovely 1.3 inch colour TFT display on here. Just show you what the display means. We've got battery marker there. Time. We've got the letters A and S. That means that we're in auto and smart mode. We've got whether we're in wattage, temperature control, wattage display there. We've got the resistance, puff counter, voltage, and the duration. So we'll put the tank on because it keeps annoying me with the no atomizer. Right. So to unlock it, because if you see here, we've got the lock symbol on, and I've got the brightness set right down on here because of the camera. It's too bright if you put it up to halfway or more. So if you try and touch these touchscreen buttons, they won't do anything until we unlock it. So 3 clicks, and now you press the V sign 3 times, gets you into the main menu, and then we can scroll through, and we're going to go all the way to set just to show you this part of the menu. So we've got default, time set, brightness. So if we click on brightness, for example, so you can go all the way up, really nice and bright, this one, but we're just going to turn it down while we're doing the recording. Puff counter, we got smart on and off. We've got it on at the moment. That basically means when you put a different resistance atomizer on it, it'll put it to a wattage it thinks you should vape at. The auto is just like an auto lock, so we've got that on as well. Screen timeout, key light, and you can have it vibrating if you want, but I don't like it vibrating. It's really annoying. So there's your version number. So click it again and you can go to exit. Right, so it's still unlocked, so let's go into the other parts of it then. So this is where you can go variable wattage, special mode, which means you can go down to 0.03 resistance. You've got variable temperature, variable voltage, power curve, and we've got bypass mode. And then you get your DIY and your set. So if we're saying variable wattage and then you press it, it just variable wattage norm. But if you want to go into hard or soft, you have to go 1, 2, 3 and then go through to DIY. Click on variable wattage, click it, and you can go select normal or hard. So it's a little bit clunky in my opinion. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but that's basically what you need to do. So we're in stainless steel at the moment. We'll just click in there. It says new atomizer, so we'll press yes, and we can go up and down on the temperature. So we're in Celsius, 100 to 315, 200 to 600, and 600 Fahrenheit, and back to 100 Celsius. So super fast scroll on it, but you'll notice there it says 70 watts. So I can't work out how to actually change the wattage in temperature control, and it doesn't tell me in the manual. So I've tried my hardest, but I can't do it, and I don't use temperature control anyway. But it's set at 70 watts. But if you want to go into 3 clicks to unlock it, back into here. If you want to change from stainless steel, you have to go all the way over to DIY again, select VT, and then you can select your different wire types. So we're going to titanium, for example, and then you can do the same thing, adjust your temperature. But I cannot work out a way of actually adjusting that wattage in this mode. But basically that's it, 3 clicks on there and you can just go through each of the different modes. Put it on bypass if you want. It uses the voltage which is left in your battery. Let's just go up on the wattage. So it goes all the way up to 80 watts and it doesn't round robin, and it goes down to 5 watts. So that's basically it, guys. So let's go back up top and I'll tell you what I think about it. Right, we're back up top with the Luxe Nano kit from Vaporesso. What are my thoughts with this one then? Right, we're going to the tank first. It's very well machined and all that. We got nice adjustable airflow, nice bit of restriction. We got a nice top fill on here. Would have preferred it if we had 2 holes to let the air escape whilst filling, but it does the job. Some of your fatter nose tips, you're going to struggle. You might create a globule of e-liquid around it, so it's sometimes a pain in the ass, but if you get one that actually goes in there, a fine tip one, you've got no problems at all. Now I do prefer the other coil that comes with it, the I think it was the strip coil. What does it say on the packaging that one's called? It is the strip coil 0.15. I think that one's got better flavour than this one. This is the mesh coil, the 0.201. Seems to have a bit of break in this one. Admittedly, I've only been trying it tonight, whereas the mesh coil I've been using for over a week or so. But yeah, I'm just not an avid fan of the actual flavour from this particular coil. Now, in comparison with the Freemax and the Falcon mesh coils, I don't think this is quite hitting those sort of marks. So overall with the tank, I don't think I would say it was one of my favourites, put it that way. But let's get on to the mod now. Now, I think it looks really nice. It is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but we got a lovely display on it. We got no rough edges or anything. Nice clicky responsive fire button. The up and down and the mode button work very well because they are like touch buttons. It's a little bit awkward to get used to this particular mod because with touch screens normally you're touching the actual screen, whereas on here you're just touching the buttons, and then you have to keep unlocking it by pressing it 3 times and then press the mode button 3 times in order to go through the menu. So yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, it's very usable. But yeah, it's not for ones that are like just a plug and play, put it that way. But we got nice battery venting on it. We got the USB on the side so you can stand it up while you're charging. So that's definitely a pro. Now, when I first opened it and saw this mod, I thought, oh, I got a nice blue mod. Now I turned it around and you've got the like multicolour, and then goes to this design on the back. Now it obviously does come in a number of different colours, and I believe they are just like plain colours. But for me personally, I'm just not a fan of the Just Vape logo that's on the back of it. But looking at it this way, I'm quite happy to use it. But what does the actual mod perform like then? Well, it's got a 2500 mAh battery on it, and 5 to 80 watts I believe this one can do. So let's give it a little go. Let's put it up to 65 watts. Put the airflow fully open. hits very well indeed. Let's put it up to 75. Definitely works better, this coil. Now we pumped up the wattage. With the other coil, I was vaping at around 55-60 watts. But when you're doing that, though, if you're anything over 50 watts, you're not going to get very good battery life out of a basically equivalent of a single cell mod. Anywhere between like 2.5, 3.5 hours, I would say, out of this. But what I have been doing a lot is putting my mouth-to-lung tank on, such as the K-Fun Prime or the Saver, and run it at around 20 watts, and then you're getting at least a good day, if not more, out of it. And that's the beauty of having a 510 connector. You're not just stuck with the actual tank. But the actual mod itself, I think the display on it's really good. The menu is hard to get used to. It's not going to suit everyone. We've got nice clicky fire buttons to it. It's got all of your temperature control, all of your protections and all of that. You don't have to take spare batteries out of here, but you may need to take a spare a USB cable so you can plug it in at work if you're vaping it quite a lot. But if you're just having it in the morning, maybe a few puffs at lunchtime and then a bit after work, you'll be okay until you get home. But if you're going to be using this outside, like you're working outside and you're vaping quite a lot, I would suggest taking another mod with you, or just running a mouth-to-lung tank on it. But yeah, the tank's not bad. It's not bad, the flavour out of it, but it's just not on the like the Freemax sort of Mesh Pro standards. But as a kit, I think it's a decent effort from Vaporesso, and it's well worth considering. So if you enjoyed the review, guys, please give it a little thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing too, and make sure you hit that little bell notification. You'll be notified of all my latest videos. Now, big thanks to Vaporesso for sending this one over for the purpose of this review. It is much appreciated. Now, as ever, I've got my website you can check out. It's mfvape.co.uk, and you can also follow me on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So until next time, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, cheers.